forget to like, share, and subscribe. If y'all don't pick my sign up. Hi guys, don't forget to check out Aisha Denise, Shades and Readers. They have new selections all the time. And if you put in the promo code Psychology Eats, you get 15% off your order. Thanks, guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So, what's eating you? How is everyone doing? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yep, I asked you right in the first 15 seconds. Like, share, and subscribe. Right off the rip. Right off the rip. I am a reaction channel, and I do reactions to what's trending out in the world today. Not only what's trending, what are people talking about, what's going on in certain sectors, certain topics that I like to talk about. And so one of those topics is Josais. And just watching his journey as a homeless teenager with mental illness, and how that looks, the raw look at that. And backstory is, Josias was found by Atlanta Street Interviews content creator. Hey, Marcus. And he's been, following his story. And, as a content creator, if you find some content that's going, get you a lot of views and recognition, then you're going to go with it. And the kind of content that he does, and other people who cover homelessness in the United States, you begin to form, relationships with people if you're filming them and asking them about, their personal life. So we've seen what has happened to Josias. He's really going downhill. The more we watch, the sadder it gets. Of this kid that, is wandering the streets of Atlanta and now has formed an addiction, according to him, to crack. A few videos ago, Josias did talk about, he had been talking about his mother. We all know Josias lie a lot. He's a chronic liar, habitual liar, which is part of his mental illness. And so he had been talking about his mom, and it's hard to get a story straight with him. But Marcus did talk with his dad, and his dad, hold on, guys. His dad confirmed that Josias didn't have a relationship with his mom, that his mom abandoned him when he was a baby, and then she came back when he was 14, and and then convinced him, or he wanted to move to Atlanta, which is how he ended up there. And now basically living on the streets. And a lot of people just don't understand, like, why won't he just go home? Why won't he go back, with his dad and his grandparents and aunts, uncles, cousins, people that love and care about him? What would make someone choose to live on the street and like he is doing? I mean, we just saw a recent video of him being assaulted, or he claims he was in a boxing match. Could have been, but he was injured as a result of it. And it's just beyond people's imagination as to why he would choose this life versus going home, where he would have safety, food, people that love him, people that care about him. Josiah's story is not, different than a lot of people who live on the street. That a lot of people who do live on the street, they do have family. They came from somebody, and so what makes them choose that oftentimes is the combination of mental illness and addiction. And so most of us don't want to live in the household with an addicted person or a person who is mentally unstable. And so nobody deserves to live in that environment. And so that's part of the reason why he chooses to be on the street. It's still like that sense of freedom that he gets being on the street, can do what he wants, say what he wants, live however he wants, even though most of his basic needs aren't even being met. Marcus has never talked about, he's talked about how disheveled he's looked, but I'm sure he's funky. I'm sure he's funky. He's where is he getting a bath at? Where is he taking care of his mouth hygiene? All of the things. Um, so it's people just watching. You just want to throw your hands up and give up on someone like him, and it's easy to do that for us to just walk away or walk past and just like, that's not my life. That's not my business. I don't care. But as a society, we do have to care. I really, for me and a lot of other people, it's not like you giving up, but you got to put boundaries around what you're going to do, how much you're going to do for someone in his state of mind. And what we need to do as a society is prevention. Like, just set up some things to prevent this from happening to one of our kids, cousins, whatever. More education about mental health services, more people willing to educate themselves, go to college to be a mental health professional, psychologist, psychiatrist. Um, More programming for kids, more parenting support, more, education definitely along the lines of mental illness. We could do a lot of prevention, but people are going to end up with mental health disorders. And then how do we treat those disorders? And also not always jumping the gun to say, oh my God, somebody is bipolar, somebody is whatever. Could be some other stuff going on, and with, drug and alcohol education and prevention. If we could get more programming in place for our kids to prevent them from being drug addicts, prevent them from going through unnecessary traumas. And so, that's the answer. I mean, that's part of the solution for people like Josias, not to give up on him, but also not to really like play into his illness, set boundaries with him. And I think his parents, his dad, does that. It's like I'm loving my son. I talk to my son. I tell him the resources, and it's really going to be up to him to take advantage of that. But there are many, many thousands of Josiases and Chris and Emily's out in the world living, just like them, or, and even worse. At least in this country, I'm going to end the video, but at least in this country, there are resources. There are places that, I'm in Atlanta where they can go and get food, get a hot meal, that those sorts of resources are available in this country. Imagine in other countries where kids are in the same situations and there's nothing, available for them. And so in conclusion, I'm gonna keep my eyes on this story. I'm gonna keep my eyes on, Josias and his journey, and hopefully, he'll end up on the other side of stability. He'll end up on the side of, taking his, a medication that can help him decrease his symptoms of whatever disorder he got going on, um, and moving forward and move forward. So that's it. That's all. Check out the links in my bio that go over to Temo. I said Temo, not Temo. Temu. And go and look at that website. Use my promo code. Also, if you like these shades and other shades like these, check out Aisha Denise and buy some great shades or readers and use my promo code Psychology Eats. And that's it. That's all, guys. Thank you.
You good?
Hey guys, I'm so super excited to share with you. I am a Temu influencer. Go over there and order some of this great stuff. And don't forget to use my promo code. Thanks, guys.
Guess what? I got a sale with me. And hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And hit that one bell.
Subscribe. Say subscribe to Psychology Eats.
Subscribe to Cowboy Eat.
Not Cowboy.